Hey everyone, it's Brandy from Banyan Tree Yoga. We're putting together a series of videos for you to do some home practice on your own. So we'll start today in a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a folded blanket, and you can do that if your knees don't soften easily, especially if they're really high up here. You can sit on a folded blanket or even a pillow, just something to elevate your hips and get you into a more comfortable seat, but also really to lengthen through your spine. So we'll start here. You can have your palms down to ground you, or maybe palms up to invite some energy. Close your eyes. And start to focus on your breath. Focusing on the sound, the quality, and the pace of your breath. Letting it flow in and out through your nose. And if at any time that you need to, you can exhale out through your mouth. Just come back to that yogic breath whenever you're ready. Bring your hands together at your heart center. On your inhale, reach and extend your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, circle your arms all the way around. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale. Last one, reach all the way up towards the sky. Open up through your arms, lift up through your gaze. Inviting that light, that peace, that oxygen into your body, into your lungs. And bring your arms down. Holding on to the knees and circling up over your low body. Getting into any spot that might feel tight or tense today. If it's easier, you can take that blanket out from underneath you. And if you find a spot that's really tight or tense, an area to focus on, just go a little slower. Explore how that feels without any judgment. Take a moment to pause and draw those circles in the other direction. And finding where it feels right. And then come all. Take your right hand down. Draw your left arm overhead. And take a moment to just check in here. So if you have extra space to explore, if that feels right for you, start to bend into that right elbow. Maybe even bringing it down towards the floor. But watch what happens to your leg. So if the leg kind of pops up, then maybe you need to be lifted up a little higher. Lifting up through your gaze. Inhale, come up. And exhale, slide that out towards the other side. So again, take your time. Maybe deepen into it. Start to move now with your breath. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale to the other side. Inhale. And exhale. I'm a fan of a dynamic movement where you're moving in and out of poses. And maybe with each time that you come into this, you're finding a little more space to explore. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. That's okay. Next inhale, come all the way up. Take your right ear down towards your right shoulder. With your next exhale, roll your chin down towards your chest. And then over to the other side. Moving here with your breath. Exhale, roll down and up. Pause, inhale. And exhale it down again. Inhale at the top. And exhale. Pausing here on the right. Take a moment to lift up through your chest because we all tend to cave a little bit as we move through that. And now just start to move your neck from side to side, maybe up and down, exploring how this feels. And if you find somewhere that's tight or tense, pause. Take your right hand and gently rest it on your head without pressing down. We don't want to give a lot of pressure here. But just use the weight of your hands to open to deepen a little further. And your left fingertips can extend out and touch on the floor. So it's one long line from fingertip to fingertip. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. Exhale, release your hand down. It's always nice to just take a moment to pause here and feel the imbalances, noticing the differences from side to side. Take your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Now make those movements, exploring how this feels. When you're ready to pause, take the left hand up and extend your right fingertips out to the side. Finding a steadiness and an ease of the breath. Inhale, lift that up. Exhale, release your hand down. And come to your hands and your knees. Sometimes it's nice to put a blanket underneath the knees if you need that extra cushion. If you don't need that, you can just slide it aside. Have your knees and your feet in line with your hips. Have your fingertips spread nice and wide. Not gripping the mat, not completely flat, but finding that space in between. Eyes of the elbows face one another, so you want to have a softness here. It's very common to lock our elbows and draw the insides of the elbows out. So once you find your table, on your inhale, soften through your belly, lift up through the crown of the head, lift your tail towards the sky. On your exhale, draw your tailbone and your head down, rounding the spine. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, drop down. Cat-cow. There's lots of different ways to add in movement here. One simple way is just curling your toes on the inhale. And on your exhale, flatten your feet. Maybe starting to bring us into a cat seal. Inhaling up. Exhale, sitting back towards your heels, so almost as if you're going into child's pose, and then bend into your elbows and sweep forward again. Exhaling, drawing it down, and inhale forward. With your next exhale, sit all the way back towards your heels. Knees can be together in child's pose, or you can widen them apart. I prefer widen apart, but do what feels right for you. And soften your head all the way down. If the head doesn't come to the floor on its own, you can stack your fists, or just bring your forehead to a bluff, finding the height that works best for you. Child's pose should be passive. A place to rest. A place to soften and let go. Great for calming the mind. Great for the digestive system. With your next inhale, come all the way back up to your table. Coming into some table balances. Take your right leg and reach it all the way up. Ideally, you want to have your leg about in line with your upper body. But if this works better for your balance today, keep your toes down towards the floor. Keeping your gaze down so it's one nice long line from your heel all the way to the crown of your head. With your next exhale, release your knee down. Pause, take a full breath. Take your left leg, reach it out. Next exhale, release that all the way down. Moving back to the right side, extend the right leg back behind you. And if you're ready to, extend through your left arm for sunbird. Notice how you're really strong through your core, so engage through your belly. That'll help with your balance. And find a focal point for your eyes, something to not stare at, but look beyond. Drishti. Release your hand. Release your knee. Pause, take that full breath. Take your left leg, reach it out. And extend through your right arm. Next exhale, release your hands. Release your knee. Come back to child's pose. Giving yourself a little rest, especially when we spend so much time on our hands, on our wrists. So this is extended child with your arms all the way out. You can also take a more passive child by bringing your hands back behind you, resting them on the floor, maybe holding on to them.